All right, good start. It was a lot of fun. The first half, third quarter wasn't much fun, but it was one of those games where, man, we played with a lot of intensity. Guys were flying around, making plays, and we hit the wall physically. We had half of our defense cramp up at halftime. I knew we were going to be in for a long second half, but a lot of young guys had to go in and play and made plays. And first game, you don't expect to have that many, but I'll tell you, we were ready to play, probably too ready, and played with too much intensity the first half. You hate to say that, but man, did we cramp up at halftime. But you got to give Toledo credit. They got a good offense. A lot of seniors on the offensive line. They blocked us pretty well. We'll learn from it on defense. We made enough plays to win the game. Really excited for our offense. I had no clue what to expect. I thought it all starts with the offensive line. We protected pretty good. We missed a couple of blitz protections, but many times we threw the ball. We did pretty good. Gunner, what can you say? He was calm, cool, threw the ball down the field, but he's got some guys he can throw it to and make plays. So it was a fun night. Our kicking game was I'd rate it about a B. The entire team, if we'd played 4 quarters like we played the first 2 quarters, I'd have been much happier. But we didn't do it. Made it a game, and it was good to see our defense rise to the occasion finally in the 4th quarter. But 2 pretty good football teams, and we found out a little bit more about what we're about. Now we know what to work on. Questions?
Tommy, what impressed you most about Gunner in his debut?
I'd say his poise. He ran the ball. He didn't slide like he's supposed to a couple of times. He tries to go in head first and try to get an extra yard, which I wasn't pleased with. He'll learn to do that as we get down the line, but he made good decisions. He never got rattled. Second half, they played what we call zero coverage and man everybody up and bring 6 or 7 people, and he handled it well. He held on the ball, held on to it to the last second, got it off, and made some big plays. So it was, he exceeded my expectations. I didn't think he'd play that well. I thought he would struggle a little bit with accuracy and have a little bit of happy feet, but hey, I'll take it. And, he's really been focused all week long, and our receivers sometimes make you look good. He's got some good targets, but it all starts with the offensive line. They gave him some time to throw it, and when he had time to throw it, he was pretty much on target. Really didn't have many bad balls tonight. A couple of low balls outside the pocket. Other than that, he threw the ball very, very well.
Talked a lot about your depth at receiver, but Gunner and McHale, quite a 1-2 punch there, especially in the first half.
Yeah, it's hard to cover those big, tall guys on the outside. Those small corners, everybody plays 5'8", 5'9", 5'10" corners. This is just so hard to cover those guys that have that height. Johnny Holton had his debut. I think that he's going to be special for us. Takes the pressure off inside receivers. You're going to see Shaq Washington really start catching a lot of balls once people say, hey, we can't play these coverages. We got to get off the inside guys and double the outside guys. So that's what we're shooting for, is to use all of our guys where they can't just cover 1 or 2. And again, we got just enough running game tonight that really helped. I thought Jose played well, ran the ball hard. Their running backs ran hard. Man, I'd say that one kid had 100 yards at halftime, and he didn't come back in. He must have got beat up a little bit, but he was a load. But we found out pretty much what we need to work on. And defensively, I thought we'd play a little bit better, but we'll take what we got. We just we had to play about 25 guys on defense, and that's a lot of kids to play the first game.
What were you feeling when you sent Munchie onto the field at the end of the half?
I told him I wanted to get him in the first half. I didn't want him to go in and maybe we're up so much that the game was already over with. I wanted him to go in and say, hey, listen, you got to go in and play, make your decisions. I thought he looked good. He threw the ball hard. He had good trajectory on the ball. We didn't throw the ball deep with him. We wanted to get it out of his hands. One time he had to scramble. I'd like to play it a little bit more, but at least we got him in the game now. He understands, hey, this thing's going to work, and I think we're going to be able to use him, and we're going to need him down the stretch. Gunner started cramping in the 3rd quarter. I didn't know whether we were going to be able to use him much after that, but he was a gamer and was able to stay in, make the plays.
Was it emotional for you at all to see him run on the field?
Yeah, and it's just people really don't understand what they go through. It's devastating when they have surgery, especially his. And I can remember last year the doctors, we were over there, just kind of told me, said, Coach, he's done, you know. And just to see him go back out there and have a little success meant not just to me, but all the teammates, because they see him every day and they're working out in the weight room, in the training room, trying to get that thing healthy. And he's not 100%. He's close. Mentally is where we wanted to get him closer tonight. And I think just a few plays we had him in there really helped him.
There was -2 total yards in that third quarter. How did you rally the team to come back there and pretty much dominate in the fourth quarter to keep Toledo?
You know, you need games like that. You need to, you know, you're going to have a lull somewhere, and they kind of hit a hot streak. I think they scored maybe 21 points, maybe more than that, unanswered points before we got back on the board. And we knew on the sideline, and we talked about it. Eddie Grant did a good job, got him over. So guys, we don't start scoring points, we're not winning this game. I mean, this thing's going, they're going to pass us up, and we're going to be in the rearview mirror. And they changed a little bit. They started throwing the ball weak, going back into the boundary instead of trying to throw to the field and taking a few more easier throws. I think sometimes when you get a 41-14 lead or whatever we had, it takes you out of your game plan. You want to start looking at other things. I think that's what happened a little bit. But the biggest thing that happened is our defense, we couldn't stop them. They did a good job executing, and our younger guys panicked a little bit. We gave up a couple of long throws that you should never give up, especially when you got that kind of lead. And good lesson learned.
Any sort of update on Deshaun Bond?
He twisted his knee. I don't. It's not serious, but you know, it might mean a game. But you know, he did get it twisted pretty good, but I don't think it's anything serious. But we'll have to wait and see tomorrow.
Anything else, guys? All right.
All right. Thank you.